Morning. Welcome to Behind the Wire. This morning I've got two cows that I want to catch. I want to get them caught, and both of them kind of need some attention. Turns out it's a mother and daughter duo. Actually, there's something else in the house I need to get. Be right back. Well, I drove by the replacement heifers on the way here, and they look pretty content. But the thing that I forgot in the house is one of these. So this needs to go in one of the cow's noses. Well, just singular nose, one nose. And she's also got a bad eye, so while I have her caught, I might treat her for that. Take a look at that closer. The other cow is lame, the 2-year-old is. And I treated her for foot rot and doesn't seem to be getting any better, so I kind of want to get her caught. Not kind of, I mean, it's what I'm doing. I'm going to get her caught and run her through the chute and see if I can take a closer look. And I'm hoping, as always with a bad foot, I'm always hoping there's a little nail or something in there where I can just pull it out, clean it up around in there, and put pump some of that green stuff in there, pull her up to the air compressor, fill her back up, and she's good to go. But if not, she might need to go to the vet if I can't find anything that I'm able to fix. Got some calves preconditioned 2 days ago, and we weaned the Semitol heifers off. They're still missing their mothers. In fact, one of the mothers made her way back over here. She was just standing in the yard right after we got unsaddled and had kicked everything else back out in the pasture. She pretty much had followed us back and climbed through some fences. But I'll take her out this morning and dump her out. She's got to be kind of hungry, hangry. And I put some hot wire up in a corner, so hopefully that helps. You didn't load up very good, Red. You just realized that she was in here. You need to stay in this pasture, please. Got our trailer set up, got panels set up. Hopefully I can bring them in here. This little heifer, her mom was struck by lightning, so she kind of does what she wants. You still have them, mother. I think there's one we got to catch right up there. Change of plans. I could not get those cows across that wire. They just respect it too much. So I was able to force myself to load up and come back home. And Dad and I are actually going to go work fall cows now. So we'll have 2 horses out there. And then when we're done working the cows, we can go get them 2 cows with 2 horses. And that should work a lot better. They just respect that hot wire too much. So if I didn't have to cross that, we would have had her, 'cause she was going fine. But we'll go work cows now and try it again. Alrighty, we got the fall cows worked and we just finished kicking the horses out. I'm going to grab something to eat. Not gonna get them 2 cows caught today, maybe tomorrow. Could get this nose ring put in a cow and talk more about that. So maybe I'll see you tomorrow, maybe the next day. Probably tomorrow or the next day. And we'll finish what we set out to do this morning. Also, I'm kind of ready to call it quits with the horse work today because the wasps, those really hurt on your eye. I've been stung by wasps all over, but it's not near as bad as 2 of them right here. I was hoping it would have swelled up a little more, but it hasn't swelled up near as much as I was hoping for, but it'll be okay. Just wish it looked cooler. See you tomorrow or the next day. Good morning. It's the next day, so welcome back, although you never really left if you're still watching. Didn't get around to working the yearling steers yesterday, so we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. So just got dropped off and gonna bring cattle around the pasture to North Grouse. Let's do it, Red. That went very well. mother and daughter, they look so similar. Her feet got all muddy. Oh.
You see something?
No, I didn't. I thought I did.
I was a little excited for a minute when you go, oh.
Feel it on top of her hoof now. Got a crack going down.
Yeah, I see it. What you're gonna get. I think that hoof is all twisted in too and putting pressure. She needs that trimmed.
Ended up taking the cow to the vet because I found a crack up high between her toes, and I wanted the vet to look at that, and I wasn't going to be able to get it out by myself. So trimmed both the front hooves, and he used a Dremel to actually get in there and cut the crack all the way out because the crack was rubbing against itself, and that's what made it inflamed up above the hoof. So that should be taken care of for now, and this should give her a little bit of relief. Now this cow was caught and brought up here because I need to put this in her nose. But if this is in that cow's nose and she goes to nurse on a cow, these spikes poke that other cow and they'll kick at her. She won't be able to nurse on them. So I noticed she was doing this 3 years ago about, and I put one in her nose, and it lasted for 3 whole years and then fell out or rubbed out or something. So I thought maybe after 3 years she won't nurse anymore. Sure enough, she is nursing on cows. So we're putting a brand new one in here, and we'll get her out on her way, and she can try to nurse on cows, but she's not gonna be allowed by any of the other cows because this kind of might be painful. So if one lasted 3 years, that adds up to about 75 cents a year to keep her from nursing on other cows. And she wears it all year round, even on corn stalks, and never came out on corn stalks. So came out on pasture, so I just think it got worn down a little bit. And yeah, let's put this in her. Thing. Wonder if it calloused her nose at all. Not really. It's nice and loose on her nose once it's put in there. Just tighten it up. Now you're starting to look how I remember you. Now you look like the cow I remember. And you probably feel like the cow you remember. We made it back to the pasture. If you guys can't hear all that racket they're making. I don't know if I don't remember if I told you or not, but this cow with the nose ring, she is the mother of the bad hoofed heifer. I don't know if I said that or not. So this cow family isn't looking all that great right now. But I started with 7 of these. Hey! But I started with 7 of these dark red shorthorn cross cows. I just call them my shorthorn cows. Started with 7. Actually, that little heifer that lost her mom to lightning, that cow was one of these. But they breed right up. They almost all calve right on top of each other. You guys are noisy. Anyways, I'm gonna be done talking. I'm gonna kick these out. They have 2 little babies that are probably wondering where they've been. So I'll kick them out and cut you guys loose. But thank you for joining me behind the wire.